The ghost ran running down Taehan's body, wake up so many butterflies. Shoes on the open it said Mr. John. So Taehan traced his finger over the box with the description. Would Mr. John come here and take him on this picnic blanket if he chose it, or was there a track behind it? He gazed, caught by the solution box. Would it carry some answer who Mr. John is, or will it have a remedy to any of his problems? So many possibilities open, both ideas equally tempting. It's a difficult choice, Tahang said. Take our time, we have the whole night, Mr. John laughed. Atehan sign touched the box, then coming back to the solution box. Would you give me a clue? Atehan asked. Pick what your heart beat for. Mr. Johnson assumed he must have been looking really pitiful, struggling so hard over those boxes, his gaze falling on the middle on with the wall blindfold, bringing a shiver into his system. What my heart really desired, the thought to be held in your arms like last night. The heartbeat a mess when he pulled the blindfold box open, discovering his star a Cancellation blindfold inside, pulling it out and putting on when he heard a sound on the other side of the line. Why have you chosen this box? Mr. John asked. Just randomly, he lies shivering from cold or excitement or both. What has been in the other two? I will not tell you. Mr. John was serious. Why? Because in life, to make a choice, you have to lose the other option. The most important is to make decisions so that the gain will outthink the losses. The nodded, biting his lips, sitting there in this so known darkness. What now? He asked. Mr. Janwat cursed, so he began to shiver more, keenly to the blanket, feeling the cold ocean wind bursting through his clothes. He didn't even have a jacket. It was too dark to look for a way down the hill, so he was there standing at some freaking edge of the world. Mr. John, he asked, becoming more and more anxious. The ocean wind stopped to the matter. It was suddenly a thousand degree all around him, and Mr. John had definitely never him with such both unable to even talk, just their crazy cry and gasp leading dialogues. Time escape. June. How many all did you have in your bag last night? Tahan felt a strong push into his back when he was limping towards his locker the next morning. A second later, he hit the mental painfully. All the book he was holding crushed on the floor. All students around him laughing while he was trying to get his breath back. June, he heard also he turned around just to see Jungkook hurry down the corridor, then punching June in the face so hard he was pushing through the corridor while the other students were cheering happy. Lee Jungkook detention starting there. The excitement of the student died down when Mr. Surgeon fell into the corridor. Follow me to the principal now, Mr. Surgeon. Where to see the so June collect himself from the floor, covering his bleeding nose. Then I heard Uncle jump to his side, taking his palm gently, causing made lightly all over his body, especially when his dark eyes caught his palm. Said that I'm feeling as strong as last night when Mr. John was pressing him into the blanket. Jungkook Are you deep? To the principal now, Mr. Seokjin to Jungkook cursed under his breath, lifting his hand, crushing down the hunches in an electrifying way, then turned around, sprinting down the corridor quickly when Taehyung found himself suddenly unaware but to catch a proper breath. Hey, are you okay? I bring you to the school nurse. You look as if you are about to faint. Taehyung looked up to see his fellow classmate Hoseok looking at him with worry. Fine, I'm fine, he stuttered, still feeling his cheeks and palm burning from Jungkook's touch. To his surprise, Hoseok started to collect his book, then raised up. Come, I'll walk you to classroom, he said while asked Taehyung and Hoseok has never bullied him, but he always never acknowledged his excitement. It seems you really need help today. Taehyung nodded, limping down the corridor, feeling sharp pain in his whole body that was so warm out after last night, but he didn't regret a thing like that hard wound Mr. John has given him yesterday. Wow, that was definitely another level of the experience. He must have pushed you. You are barely crying. Hoseok eyes him up so Taehyung blushing verbally pushed me into a matter taking me for sometimes like an hour or more. I lost the count of the time completely. I'll survive. Matter then tried to quicken his step, but it was not possible. So he was really thankful when they reached in the classroom and he could sit down while also placed his book on his desk. So he uttered a quick thank you. No problem, Hoshio tossed him and closely gazed turned to his seat. Soon Mr. Sergi entered the class right behind him. Johan, who face was brushing and swallowing, Johan sent him a killing glance that crumbling the hair on his body at that mean painful revenge. What has Jungkook done? He has been fine without him. This lesson started, but Taehyung couldn't concentrate at all thinking about last night. Jungkook becoming touch on his face, Mr. Jian posture, Jungkook warm Mr. Jian. Jungkook dozy eyes melting him up with only one gaze. The door began. Rush step sounded, and their chair next to him was pulling out, sending chill all over his body. Jungkook, I hope you will be explained soon. You are really my last favorite student, said Mr. Seokjin, sending a hateful glance toward their desk. Jungkook stand taking his book out of his backpack, throwing on the table top with impact. Taehyung gaze falling on his bandage. What if he was hurt himself while punching stupid Johan? Before he could think, his body reached it for him, and he closed his hand on Jungkook's injured hand, crossing over the red bandage, freaking out immediately. But Jungkook wrapped his hand into his, bringing the intervening palm under one entire, placing on his thigh. Taehyung's whole body on fire, so suddenly even more than last night. By one simple gesture, he blushes, trembling, using his other hand to writing down notes and strangely. It was such easier to focus on Mr. Seok's brain lecture while holding Jungkook's hand. Taehyung was still blushing when they left the classroom half an hour later, walking in some distance from each other. Jungkook heart dancing, his sense playing crazy. The love of he was experienced so overwhelming. He had no idea how long he will stand it until he just pulled Taehyung to himself and him in the school hour or corners him against a locker to him for the whole break. Behave Jungkook beyond get to know Taehyung is string. I know last night has been crazy, but look what you have done. The poor boy can barely walk and am every few minutes resting yourself a bit. He recognized was not really getting in trouble today, thought not with Tahang standing side, glancing at him and blushing cutely, not with the memory of his palm and his still presence on his skin. So they were walking in silence toward the next classroom, smiling to each other sweetly, and Jungkook knew to really use all his supplies of self-control to not to pull Taehyung close by his waist and freaking all air out of him. Taehyung, do you have a minute? Both stopped when that popular girl cutting their hair, flattening her fake lens and flip her hair back. What do you want? Jungkook asked, moving between her and Taehyung so her eyes widened. I was just wondering if you, Taehyung, would like to come to my birthday party tonight. She sent Taehyung a fake smile. Happy birthday and goodbye, said Jungkook, crossing his arms. You mean a really high school party, like on the movie? Taehyung asked, all too excitedly when Jungkook's stomach twitched. Yes, like in the movie with music, drinks, and making out. The whole package. Saving it to Jungkook. You are invited to handsome boy. She eyed him up in a way he hated. I'm not interested, Jungkook said coldly. What about you, Taehyung? She turned her attention to the boy who blushed terribly. I would like to come, he stuttered when Jungkook heard great, so I'll text you my address. She suggests if Taehyung is going, I'm going too, Jungkook said, sending her a stone hard glance. Excellent. See you both tonight to wear something nice. She looked at Jungkook in the eyes, linking her lace, but he kept her stare totally unimpressed. Seo Taehyung looked behind her side and Taehyung, I don't think it's a good idea to go there. Why have you agreed? Jungkook asked Buffett. Hey, have you ever been on a party? This might be my only opportunity. Want to find out how is it? Taehyung said, his eyes glittering. I could organize 1,000 party for you, take you to the fanciest club, shouted Jungkook mind. Let me know when the party is starting. I will pick you up, Jungkook said instant. Wow, do you have a car? Taehyung raised his mouth open. You know my dad has brought in my 18th birthday. Jungkook rubbed his backside of his neck awkwardly. Oh, cool, you're lucky, Taehyung said. Okay, give me your phone number. I will text you my address, Taehyung said when Jungkook freaked out as Taehyung had his freaking number saved as Mr. Jeon. He blushed horribly, searching for his phone to borrow his contacts quickly and dictated his main executive number to Taehyung, hoping he won't make a total dog of himself from of his most trusted worker. Taehyung was giggling, tasting something. Then he did his phone, looking up at Jungkook with excitement, glittering eyes. Your message was cute. I will pick you up later then. Now I need to use the restroom. See you in class. Taehyung eyes widened in a shock when Jungkook passed him, sprinting to the nearest boy bathroom, checking if it was empty before calling Dahee. Mr. Jeon, it's good you are calling. The computers in the eye of the fortune have sent new data. I have a very unusual request. Jungkook turned around to check if no one appeared in the bathroom. I need your phone. I mean, I will buy you a new one, any model you like, but I need your phone for personal use. So please delete anything you wouldn't want me to see and hand it over to my assistant. A total silence for on the other side. They cleared his throat. I have just received a really strange text saying, "You look cute today." A plus wink emoji. Dahee. Has that require something to do with it? Jungkook blushed terribly. Yes, I mean, please don't let me explain. Just take something back. What? Jungkook has never heard his executive so confused. A wink emoji will be enough, Mr. Enough, Jungkook. Face plan. How embarrassed he will be the next time to face Dahee. Sure, Mr. John, whatever you wish for. I will need half an hour to get over my phone and then hand it over to your assistants. So coming back to the data. Later now, I have to go. Jungkook heard the bell and toilet flash in a capable behind his back. All hair crumbled on his body, but he flinched. The car leaning able the sink to wash his hand and observe his mirror. The couple door opened, revealing his classmate Jungkook, who was toasting a really dark glaze, then stormed out of the bathroom, leaving Jungkook with pure in his head. The front door of his villa opened when Jungkook was on his way downstairs to the garage. Dahee has texted him his address and that he will be ready around 9 p.m. on the phone that has been brought to his house this afternoon. That a new message came to his regular devices, so he nodded his head towards Jimin, who had just entered, giving him a sign to follow. Mr. Jian, I'm really sorry, but I won't come today. I was invited to a real school party. It's the first real party in my life, and I'm so excited. I hope you won't be too disappointed that I can't come. Kiss Tahang. Jungkook chuckled at that message. Tahang was really cute. His baby hands are. It's okay, I got it. I hope you will have a great experience, but please take care of yourself. I will be missing you. He takes back. So, how do I look like? Jungkook asked, hiding the phone. They're looking up at Jimin like a player on a hunt. Do you really want to lay down everyone at that party? His best friend rolled his eyes. It is bad. Jungkook ran to a mirror, scanning his outfit from the leather jacket to the Tom jeans and Asia's boots. It's okay, Taehoon, for sure. We will enjoy you looking like that. Jimin winked. I hope so. I will be so late to pick him up, and I still need to choose the car. Come, he ran down the corridor, storming the garage to stop inside, and glancing at all the car in there. If I was you, I'd take the Lamborghini. Jimin grinned. That's not funny at all. Jungkook began to tears on his hair, massaging it up and down. There was not a single car in the garage suitable for playing an ordinary high school student. What now? Borrow some cheap car? No, it will take age. I'm already late. Dahang will think I below him. Jungkook was biting his nail, walking around the garage, scanning car up closely, trying to find one not overdone enough to appear in front of the hung house in it. His heart beat as time was running and out. All were so unfitting. The Mercedes GT63, as he said, running for the key as compared to the other friend, looking somehow decent. So you going to rock the Jimina's Jungkook plus hard, opening the car door. I'll find a scooter way. Wish me luck. All his clothes seemed so unfitting, so Taehyung settled from plain jeans and a dark green sweater to training, hoping it looked at last of his fear resting because it was 9 p.m. and there was no sign from Jungkook. What if he went to the party along with Will have fun with young Taehyung walking downstairs to see his mom watching the soap on TV. Where are you going? She asked. Out with friends. Taehyung said, resting the hall. If Dad would be home, we would have done anywhere, but he's not home. Taehyung said, storming the house, slamming front door shut with impact. She really had the ability to spoil everything by just opening her mouth, and sometimes he wondered how could his parents be so deeply evil like Joseon will be at the party. The thought almost made him crawl back into his room and forget the whole thing, but Jungkook will be there to protect him, right? Jungkook, who was fully late, and Taehyung reached the in front of his yacht, thinking if it hasn't been wish to visit Mr. Jeon and spend a beautiful night in his arms, he found himself suddenly missing his secret lover so much. Last night amazing certain and things he still couldn't fully recall and he has never come so hard, but maybe it was better for his body to get some rest from hard. He could barely walk. Jungkook, where are you? Taehyung said, trembling as the night was chilly. Time was crawling, his heart becoming more and more uneasy as what if Jungkook won't come at all and he will have to take a late night bus through a city or rather go back to his room as going alone would to be dangerous. He just pretending settle with this. Taehyung glanced at his phone. It will wait 10 more minutes. If he won't come, I'm going to sleep. Taehyung's heartbeat became so rapid when he was standing there on the pavement like an idiot counting the time. He saw passing by every passing car, but the next one coming was just their neighbor's Mr. Lee. She told him a strange glance and then carried her shopping into the house. A 10-minute thought Taehyung hidden the phone, feeling his chin tremble dangerously. Freaked yourself, Jungkook, you are such a liar. As engine broke the silence and Taehyung dried his face, moving on the tip-tops to see a rushed red car approaching. It passed him, thought, disappearing down the stairs, turning left. So he sighed deeply, looking back towards the house, but how the sound of a sports car made him gaze back awkwardly. There was a black Mercedes GT from their neighborhood, like lighting. The car slowing down there held in front of him. When Taehyung opened his mouth and closed it again, especially at then one young man jumping out, a man dressed in a fancy leather jacket to Tom jeans on a way to tight t-shirt, exposing all the length of his abs, plus the checkered shirt, heavy boots, and long stylish earrings. Taehyung nodded to collect his jaw. Is that your car? Taehyung said. Jungkook blushed heavily, coming the mess a black girl's bag. Sorry for being late, and that's my father's car. I was actually late because of it. My car broke down, and I ended to beg my father to borrow me his own. Took some time. Jungkook plus more. Was all Taehyung could pass out. Hey, but it cool. We can pretend that his car is ours for the night. Taehyung nodded. So jump in. Jungkook smiled slyly, jumping behind the steering wheel, and Taehyung nodded a moment to collect himself enough to get in the car. I guess this here Jungkook stopped the car in front of a rather big house in Amsterdam. There was a whole crowd on the yard, or they could hear loud music banging from inside. So Taekook took a heavy breath, drying his feet, and I guess his pants. Many hands turned their way as that car was definitely catch attention, but it was so big that they could use it from tuna. Jungkook father first shot was a great man to borrow it to his son. You must have a cool dad. Another blessing, I guess. Both of my parents are pretty cool. Jungkook became real in the face. As awkward silence fell for Taekook, not opening the door, leaving the car, walked towards the house, closely followed by Jungkook. The crowd in front of was giving them their full attention that they completely ignored towards the main door upstairs when a DJ was on at the dancing student was loud and crowded. Jungkook checked up, placing his arm around his shoulder, pulling him towards the open kitchen where Yoonjun and her friend were giving out drinks. Jungkook, I'm glad to see you. She sent them a wild smile, and Jungkook manipulated twist Taekook inside with sudden chills.